as it takes them the time to get up here, I've been given an opening statement.
Yeah, go ahead.
To stay here, so I'm gonna do that. I think you give IUPUI a ton of credit. Both times we played them this year, they looked like a team that doesn't have the record they have or the rankings that they have. And I think you got to give their coach a ton of credit for that. They shot 56% from the floor against us. They shot 39% from the three. They shot 85% from the free throw line, which is something they don't usually do very well. But everybody makes their free throws against us. So, I'm just glad we won and it's over and we move on to Detroit. And really, I'll answer your questions when it's my turn, but nothing I say would be worth the value of what I have to say, so I think it's best to just move on. All right, questions for the players?
Jalen coming down the stretch there, obviously it was the pressure cooker. You went to the line an awful lot there. Had missed a couple, but when it was time to roll, it was time to roll, right?
Yeah, for sure. We got 4 games left. Well, we had 4, now we got 3. Definitely didn't want to lose this game. It put us in a bad position in the long run. So, yeah, just stepped up and made the free throws when it counted.
Trey, you and Chris down there, you guys had a lot of success against IUPUI when you played at Indianapolis. That kind of rolled over into tonight. I'm going to ask you about Chris, obviously, because you know him very well, being his roommate and stuff like that. We continue to see his development, and we saw it a couple of times here. He demanded the basketball a couple of times. Do you like that? You like seeing that?
Yeah, it's great to see him progress offensively, but we also need him to have the same progression on defense. You got to play both sides of the ball, and I give him full credit for putting the work in offensively. As you can see, he's getting real confidence scoring. Camp's been telling him to just go right up when he gets the ball. Don't do all this extra stuff, and he's taking notes of that and putting that in his offensive game. But now, especially now, he's got to start doing the same thing for defense. And I'm obviously not knocking his defense. It's great to have a big body down there. He gets us rebounds and block shots. Just being consistent with the defensive end is what's really going to take him to the next level and our team.
Speaking of that, Trey, and I'll ask you a question. What happened defensively? Because it seemed like IUPUI was kind of having their way just in terms of getting into the paint and then conversely scoring some easier baskets throughout the course of the night. What did you guys seem to struggle with defensively?
I think a lot of it in the first half, there was, they would miss and the ball would get tipped around and we just weren't coming up with those 50-50 balls. Second half, it was kind of some miscommunication on whether myself, I come out of the hoop spot in the zone. I was kind of, in my own head, not knowing what to do, and just some miscommunications throughout the beginning towards the middle of the end of the game. And then the last 3 minutes of the first half and the end of the game, we sort of fixed those errors and were able to rebound and play good defense.
And Jen, I was going to ask you what you saw too when it came down to it. We talked about your free throws, but defensively, when it got down to winning time, you guys did seem to close down the club. What changed defensively?
Honestly, I don't think it was the defensive end. I think it was Keaton getting those offensive rebounds for us. I think that gave us energy. We were missing shots, and Keaton was getting us a lot of second chances. And then I would say, honestly, Rocket just stepped up and, he took the lead and was guarding. That's what he does well. He plays good defense. He's very physical, strong, and he always wants to guard the best player. So I think, honestly, it was Keaton on the offensive rebounds that sparked the defense for us.
All right, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
I will go ahead and open up for questions for Coach.
Camp, play 30+ games. They can't all be works of art this time of the season, right? You get the win, you move on to Detroit, like you said.
Yeah, that's all you can do is try and be 1 point ahead. I think that team's going to give somebody trouble in the tournament. I really do. They're going to go somewhere in the first round. Could be here. I hope not, but it could be here because I think they may not win, but they're going to get a crowd really nervous and a team really nervous at tournament time. He's done a hell of a job with them, keeping them together. And Crowder's really good. Crowder's an all-league level player. We did a good job on him tonight. I thought he only had 18, but he really hurt us the first time. Jackson's a guy that really hurt us tonight that that shouldn't have happened. And what our zone does is would match up well with his game. And that's how bad we were in the zone. I mean, we didn't guard the ball in the zone. We got beat off the dribble tonight, like, you know, like it was, as I said, a game that, you know, a pickup game that we'd already played 7 games and we didn't care if we won or not. We're going to go home after this last pickup game defensively. I thought we played most of the game that way, you know, with very lack of urgency at guarding the ball. And then we would hit them. And we created 20 turnovers, and Blake Lampman, and again, Blake's 0 for 9. Why is he out there? Why is he out there? He's not making anything. Well, he had 6 steals. Huge critical times. And that's a guy playing on a leg and a half, and he's intelligent. He's just a guy that I trust, and he's 0 for 9. And you know, I don't know why he's 0 for 9. But we as a team, I mean, we are 3 for our last 30 from the 3. If you look at today in the second half at Milwaukee, after starting the first half of Milwaukee 7 for 10, we're 3 for 30 now since then. We just don't shoot it. We just consistently can't shoot the ball. And eventually when we lose and the season's over, it'll probably be because of either that or giving up an offensive rebound. I trust that we'll come to play Friday night. I really trust that we'll have high energy and we'll guard on Friday night.
Camp, you know, as far as that, you know, you got Trey's kind of input on it. Do you kind of echo his sentiments of what went wrong defensively, just in terms of how they were able to score in the paint? Because we haven't seen that.
I don't agree with him. I don't think the kid's going to sit up here and say that we're crappy and didn't guard the ball. You know, I don't see where anybody's going to say that. And that's what it was. We didn't guard the ball. They dribbled by us. I mean, number 2. He just went to the rim whenever he wanted. We just didn't have any energy, any sense of urgency. And that bothers me because, see, now I said I wasn't going to say this stuff, and now you got me talking. It bothers me because of the time of the season is. But a lot of teams would have lost had the same scenario happen to them. We found a way to figure it out and get the win. We got 4 straight stops, and Keaton got a couple offensive rebounds, and we got the ball to Trey. And then J-Mo, who, you know, made a huge 3. And he was like 0 for his last 11 threes, I would think. I'm not sure I'm exactly right. He was either 0 for 10 or 0 for 11 from the 3. And he made a huge one. And we won the game. Hey, congratulations. We've got 10 league wins. We've probably guaranteed ourselves. I think we need one more win to guarantee ourselves a top 7 finish and or top 8 finish, which would give us a home game. We got 3 left here, and we've got to get at least one of them to guarantee that. So, anything else?
You guys are good?
Nothing on the web? Nobody listening after a game like that?
Yeah, 8 viewers.
See ya.